Doctor Who The Savages, a 26th story of the first Doctor, is written by Ian Stewart Black and starring William Hartnell, Peter Purves and Jackie Lane. This is the first Doctor Who story to have title divided into numbered parts or episodes, such as Part 1, Part 2, or Episode 1, Episode 2, etc., as all the stories until and including the gunfighters have different titles to each part. So the TARDIS arrived on a planet somewhere in the future, the Doctor wanders off, Stephen was concerned, and Dodo said that he'll be fine. It was really intense where they outrun the people in animal skins. So after the TARDIS team reunited, they got inside the building in a city and met Elder's leader. While Stephen and Dodo are on the tour with Avon and Flower, the Doctor asks the Elders how they have become such an advanced society. Jaina explains that they have learned to tap life's vital force and transfer the energy directly into themselves. Energy, explains Jana, can be transferred directly to a member of their community when needed using a process he describes as animal virtually. Stephen was fascinated, but Dodo was unsure, and poor Nanina gets taken to the lab for some kind of experiment. So then Dodo wanders off from the tour to find out what's going on, but then a savage was coming towards her, but turns out he was walking past her and stepped outside as he passed out. So Dodo told Stephen what she saw, but Stephen, Avon and Flower didn't believe her. After the Doctor, Dodo and Stephen got outside, Dodo explained the situation. I found the savage who passed out. So the Doctor gets taken back inside while other savages watches Stephen and Dodo, giving him tablets, which made him okay. Stephen and Dodo explains who they are and what they're doing. Meanwhile, the Doctor was being rebellious towards the people in the city.
Indeed, I am going to oppose you, just in the same way that I opposed the Daleks or any other menace to common humanity.
So then Edel uses his blaster to lure the Doctor into the lab. As he lay down on the gurney, there was a countdown which led to a cliffhanger. William Hartnell is fantastic as the first Doctor. He was so rebellious and he did it so well. Peter Purves and Jackie Lane are great as Stephen Taylor and Dodo Chaplet. This story is a departure of Stephen, which we'll get to at the end. Ewan Solon plays Chal, the leader of the Savages. He gives off great performance. Solon later played Wyszynski in Planet of Evil. Patrick Godfrey plays Tor. He's one of the Savages, and he felt unsure about Chal's trust of the Doctor and his companions. Tor wanted to kill Exhaust when he was captured by Stephen, and I think he's great too. Godfrey later played Major Cosworth in The Mind of Evil. Peter Thomas plays Captain Edel, who is in command of the guards in the City of the Elders, who's pretty much a villain of the story. He's great too. Jeffrey Frederick plays Exhaust, one of the guards in the city. He's great too. Frederick Jaeger plays Jano, the leader of the Council of Elders. He does a brilliant job with his performance. Jaeger later played Sorensen in Planet of Evil and Professor Marius in The Invisible Enemy. Robert Sideway plays Avon, an attendant. He's great too. Sideway later played Captain Turner in The Invasion. Kay Patrick plays Flower, who is also attendant. She's great too. Kay Patrick previously played Poppaea in The Romans. Claire Jenkins plays Nanina, who is one of the Savages. Her performance is fantastic. Jenkins later played Tanya Lenov in The Wheel in Space and The War Games. Norman Henry plays Dr. Center, the chief scientist. He's great too. Also worth mentioning that Center is referred as Doctor only in the novel written by Ian Stewart Black. This was not derived from any information given on screen. Center's comment about Tuesday mornings following the treatment of Wilder appears only on a novelization. It did not feature on the existing audio recordings of The Savages Part 1. The character is described in the novel as being a sharp-featured man in his late 30s, quite unlike Norman Henry, who played the role on screen, and he was 64 at the time. Edward Caddick plays Wilder, a savage. He's great too. The casts have done a great job. As of time of recording, all 4 parts are sadly missing from the BBC archives. However, the sound and photos and 8mm clips still existed. The set, as far as I can see, looked brilliant. On 24th of March 2025, the animation of the story was released. At least I can follow the story through there, as sadly I wouldn't be able to do the same with telesnaps. So Jano is very proud with his experiment on the Doctor, and knowing that Stephen and Dodo will make an excellent sources as well, Edel goes to find Stephen and Dodo while they're inside the cave with the other savages. They decided to protect Stephen and Dodo. The guards were going to hunt them. They said the Doctor will never be the same again after the transference procedure. Plus Nanina has recovered. Exhaust arrived. Child takes Stephen and Dodo to safety. After a guard threatens Nanina and Wilder, eventually forces one of the savages to tell him which way they went to. Exhaustus moves down the passage to the direction where Dodo and Stephen are heading to, which is really intense. And it was pretty funny that Stephen makes fun of Exhaust and did a bit of name calling. Charles explained that the beam from the light gun can control anyone when it comes into contact with their eyes. So Exhaust fires at them. Stephen uses a mirror that Jano gave to Dodo earlier to deflect the beam and head straight back to Exhaust, which is pretty effective. As Stephen gets Exhaust to take him back into the main section of the cave, Dodo, Stephen and Savages are coming up with a plan on what to do next. Tor suggested the idea of killing Exhaust for revenge, but Chow led Stephen deciding on the plan, so he uses the blaster to get Exhaust to take him back to the city. As Stephen and Dodo went down to the corridor and found the Doctor inside, they're trapped, the guards were after them, and they've been gassed. So Captain Edel orders surrender. After Jano sees what's going on, he rescues the TARDIS team. While Stephen fights with Edel, Dodo and Chal helps the Doctor out, making a recovery from that machine. Then they make their way through to the cave, and eventually Stephen, Edel and Jano caught up. There's great battle scenes. The Doctor plans to destroy the lab. Edel is willing to help, so everyone got to the lab and destroying it while Edel and the guards were breaking in.
Destroying something that's evil, don't you think?
Yes!
Jano has sacked Edel, so then Edel was about to shoot, but Stephen grabbed the blaster and Edel gets killed. Jano requested the Doctor to be a mediator for the new community. The Doctor turned down the offer, but he suggested Stephen to help, which he reluctantly agrees. And it's so sad to see him go.
Goodbye, Doctor. Goodbye, Stephen.
Stephen says goodbye, so he left with Jano and Chal. Peter Purvis later said that he wasn't happy to leave it, and that he didn't want to stop there. But the policy of the show had changed, and they decided not to keep the companions in the TARDIS for more than a year. So Dodo understandably is upset. In the end, the Doctor and Dodo got back inside the TARDIS and dematerialized. Some great stuff in there, really great storytelling. What did you think of the Savages? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.